any in your mind? Why you can't get funding?
We don't convince them. That's not how to say this. You can't really see our interest in the same project because most of the time we fully follow our passion. We don't really accommodate the right thing towards the market or the current market. So sometimes they prefer to see their return rather than them trying to help us turn a passion into reality. That's always the case because they're always trying to make money. For what's really here.
Like just now what we said, even you have the best story, you have the best thing and God, but still you can't get funding. Why? Because your investor not just fund for the project, they fund for the people, they fund for your team, they fund for your vision, they fund for your plan. If let's say you don't have an accurate plan, you don't have a precise plan, your precise goal, they see nothing. Businessman always a businessman. They won't care how you're going to do your story, how you write your story. You write until the whole hall crying, also no use. I just want to know when I get back my money. How long? What is my ROI? That's it. Okay. So basically, the other one is, other than just now what I said, they want to know also, are you able to finish the project? Finish meaning it's complete up to release. It's no matter whether in cinema, streaming, or others film fest. That's their return as well. Okay. When it comes to funding, why you think that fund is important? We already stated over here. First, with the money you have, those who want to be the director, you have freedom in creative. You want the aeroplane fly off over the sky, can just pay. Okay? You do want the bomba for raining scene, can use the rainmaker. If you don't have the money, just use the PVC. Just drill the hole by your own and then connect it to the pipe, make it. You can DIY, but still, you still need the money. You have to buy materials. Okay? So basically, always remember, investors, they are not filmmakers. They don't know what's in your mind. They just need to know money, my return. And then as long as your money in, only can support your project sustainability. Your project can go live. Okay? Then of course with the money you have, you can drive your innovation. You can use the most advanced technology to plan it in your shoot. Currently, what is the most trendy innovation technology in Malaysia? Do you know? Come on, good student.
I would like to think it's the robotic arms. Those are coming in like quite fast in the
No, we tried that 10 years back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not robotic arms.
Alright.
Okay. And what I'm trying to say is not a traditional method. It's more advanced method.
AI.
What is that?
AI.
AI, yes, part of it. Do you know that Singapore already launched an AI film, full AI film, 90 minutes? It's been released last July. The first AI films in Asia. Do you know that? Hey, look, come on now, you have to keep up to date, though. Or else how? Then every newbies come back to us, I gonna bully lah, and been complain. But if let's say you didn't keep yourself up to date, How? It's no matter how good you are in your academy, in your theory, okay, I get platform, distinction, merit, but when you're out to the industry work, the working environment, do you see that? That's why you have to keep updated. Nowadays, Malaysia is boosting for Unreal Engine, LED volume. We are shooting using LED screen. It's not for the event, it's not for commercial, it's for movie. Do you know that? Okay, just a little bit sharing. I'm getting a grant, not getting a grant, I already received a grant through MDAC for under my virtual program is shoot for the teaser trailer of movie using Unreal Engine and LED volume. So basically, okay, when it comes to budgeting, producers, LED volume, of course, everything when you talk about the advanced technology, first thing, money, cost. But bear in mind, LED volumes, what can LED volumes do for you? I mean the Unreal Engine. You save your location, you save your art, I mean your props wise, you just need the foreground. You save your timeline. Okay? Video shoot in 15 days. The whole shoot just inside the cab. Along the journey from airport to home. The storyline is about the conversation between the driver and the passenger. It's all shoot in studio with LED volume. 15 days for a movie. We are not talking about super tele, we are not talking about a mini movie series. We are talking about film to go up to the big screen. Now Malaysia only baru start. Okay, so innovation and your industry growth. That's what I mean just now. Unreal Engine. So I hope that after this you all can keep updated whatever happens in our industry, whatever we need, whatever in trend right now. You're a full-time student. Have you worked in any production works before?
Yeah. Yes.
Every one of you? Oh, internship or what?
Yeah, internship.
Sometimes just freelance.
Freelance. You're doing for freelance. Okay, which company you work with?
I work with companies that work with industry.
So you're dealing a lot with extra
Telemovie,
program.
TV series.
Okay, you want to be director?
Camera guy, yeah.
Okay. So how long did you done?
How long? I'm a freelancer, so I just hop between productions, but I've been doing it since I was.
When they have a job, they call you up, even during your school time. Okay. So do you make a lot?
Semester break, yes.
Okay, every day a job?
Every 2 weeks.
You're as a chemist or?
Campuses, yeah. Campuses or grade work, yeah.
Okay. So you know about IT as well?
Yes. I started on doing campuses before I became AC last year.
So what you learn?
IT?
No, I mean the whole production. I mean the operation of the production. What do you see?
I see it's always chaotic towards the directional and production department. When we are in the technical side, the grip gaffers and cameramen normally are super relaxed.
Super relaxed.
There's nothing concerning us. Only until the director comes and like smacks us in the head, then punch their stress onto us. That's when we get.
So you just understand about the technical side.
Yeah.
side.
Most of the time. I mean,
So you didn't observe for others.
observe in a sense. I mean, there will be a few between the cast and then the director as well. That's most of the time what I see. But most of the time, we just follow what the DP says. If the DP is cinematographer needs help, we help him. If the gaffer needs help, we just help him. Sometimes we get scolded by the director as well for not understanding his vision properly, even though we're trying our level best to actually help him to bring his words into life. It's just sometimes communication is like the biggest
The director
issue.
to know what he wants.
Some know, but the worst experience is the one who started like throwing paper around, what do you understand? Start going on.
No, just tell him how, since you didn't tell me clearly how you want to understand.
We told him, he called us idiots, so we all listened. God, I really know.
So what about the rest? What do you work before? School project. So when come to funding, since you said you're more towards the technical side, so no need to bother about funding, right?
Yeah, normally we just give them a list of what we want and then go to my
Aiyo.
AFE or 22117, yeah. It's the DP, not us. The DP normally takes care of the tech equipment, and then there's a guy called the Regan, he still take care of it, Cam Regan, he take care of it.
But actually, be honest, funding side is not only for the producer or the director, but it should be to all of the HOD. No matter you are from art team, art director, you're the production designer, the DP, whatever, you should know.
Yeah, there are some days where, okay guys, we only have this light for 3 days, we cannot use it beyond 3 days because going over the budget, stuff like that. So sometimes we allocate our days according to the equipment that we have.
Okay. So normally when it comes to funding, anyone can tell me where we get the fund? What sort of fund we have in our circles? Family grants? Are you familiar with that? You know it? Why you take that feeling? You just smile. So do you know anything about funding?
I would say less than him, mom.
Why?
Not my
So anyone can volunteer tell me your knowledge about funding?
I can. We have film grants, we have investors, companies that we can pitch to potentially sponsor us, whether it be for products or even just helping fund as well. We've got production companies that are usually willing to harbor some of the workload, whether it be through post-production or providing a team which does reduce costs. At least
For
when
the production team, so nice one. And give you free one, collect with you, and then no need to charge any.
I mean, that's what we did for some of our FYPs.
Ah, okay. Ooh. Which production you work with?
I worked with Xian Productions.
Xian.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also worked with Pastor.
So they always apply the same thing?
No.
Okay. Other than that?
We'd also have to be looking at potential companies where the subject matter would benefit or spread certain ideas or messages. For example, if we're talking about a story about menstruation, ad companies would be ideal to reach out to for, it's their message, it's their theme.
Okay, you see, your funding is needed for all this process. Okay, start from the pre-pro, your shooting period, the post-production, your marketing. So anyone can tell me which aspect is the most important? Which one? Among all these four?
Pre-production,
Why?
because it's kind of hard to create the story, but then you have no money and you don't know where to start. So if you've already done all the script, you need all of it, but you have no money to pay the actors or even like meals on set. If you don't have money to begin with, it's kind of hard. It'll be harder on like filming, post-production and all that, following up.
Okay. What is your ideal duration for pre-production?
You rate like how long pre-production takes. I would like pre-production to take 3 months, at least, because currently since we're all students, we only have like a month or so in pre-production
For
And-
short film?
for short films. So even in that month and a half that we get, we still find that it's not enough time still, because we also have like, I guess since we're students, we also have other assignments, so we're not 100% in on the film because we also have other priorities in other assignments. So if it's like just the film, 3 months sounds good for now.
Okay. So, be honest, pre-production actually didn't have a precise duration. So, how long you going to prep? How long you going to spend? It all depends on your content. How heavy is your content? And then depends on your fund as well. And then how strong is your team? If let's say you have the strong team, everyone knows their position, anyone knows their scope, then it's fine. But yes, you are correct, minimum 3 months. But some of the production house, 3 weeks. Yeah. I think you all should heard about you should heard about MIG. Anyone work with MIG before? No? Pre-pro 2 weeks, shoot 2 weeks, post-production 2 weeks, release. Yeah? 5 years back, I mean, when David Teo started venturing into Malay industry, I mean, all the Malay films. So during 1 year, up to 10 to 15 films will be on screen. That's how they work with. Okay, so but the funding should be equally divided into 4. Most of the creative person will lack of this. I'm just focused on my story. I'm focused on my visual. But when it comes to these two, as long as my project, I mean my movie on screen, okay. But how are you going to collect your sales? How are you going to collect your money to be paid back to the investor? Producer always no money earned. Because whatever you get, you paid it out. That's why I said, why you want to be producer? Okay, so the most important thing is this one. But we will come back to this after this. So next will be, okay, just now when we say why we are quite difficult to get funding. Okay, nowadays investor won't be since like 10 years back. Much more smarter. They're super smart, man. They don't care. Last time they said, hey, I give you end credit. I let you walk through the red carpet. You get grammars. Okay, fine. All the medias come over and then have the gala night session, have the interview session, they like it. But nowadays, investor, they won't. That's why I said just now, the first question straightforward to you is, what is the return? I invest you 2 million. How much you pay back to me? How long for you to repay back to me? On top of it, what else you can give me? Okay, so most of the problem when we faces when come to getting fund is your proposal is unclear. You are too much emphasized, too much focus in your story. Hey, I use a robotic, I use the Unreal Engine, I use blah blah blah. They don't care one. Seriously, they don't care because they don't know. When you're talking to someone who don't know filmmaking, you waste your time. They just want to know the money. So don't see I mean, don't meet the investor and present your storyline like a director pitch. Director pitch meaning, okay, this scene, I want to be like this, like this, like this. I'm going to apply this. As a producer, put your shoes in the investor's shoes. Put your leg into investor's shoes. Put your foot. They just want to make business. You're making a small business for them around your story. How your story can make them money. Where to get the money. Understand? Okay? So the second you meet your funding channel and you limit you to get funding is the limited network. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to meet. Even though someone you met is super rich, but can you close them? It's not because you're not good, because all these big boys, they have their own circles. Based on my experience, are over 15 years. Yeah, they have their own circles. I have business, I kick to you, kick to my friends, but they wouldn't kick to you. You have to get yourself into their circles. But how? It's not saying that every day, okay, Joe, we go karaoke, we go pub or whatever. No. You spend your money for what? End of the day, you won't get anything. You have to show your sincerity. I don't know whether you understand. In Chinese, one of the pepatah in Chinese, when we meet ghosts, we say like ghosts. When we meet human, we say like what humans say. I mean, we have to follow the language. We have to follow their language. We need to know what they want. Of course, every one of them, they need money. But what is their goal? Simple. You can't propose a police story to a health NGO. You need to know what is their goal. What is their mission? What they want. Okay? This one is misalignment with investor goal. Like police, they asked me to supply 8 mini drama series for them. Each episode 4 minutes. But still, all those uniform authorities, they won't pay a single cent to you. You have to go and find the money by your own, produce, pass it back to them. Always. Don't ever thought that firemen, policemen, they have fun. No, they don't have fun. They have no money. Or I have a very strong police story about something like Jackie Chan. I cannot approach to PDIM because I know that they don't have money. They will agree you, okay, your story is good, let's proceed, but you go and find fun. Whenever you need manpower, you need police manpower, you need police facilities, yes, they will fully support for you on that. But other than money, no. Okay, so competition for resources. Our industry is quite small. Everyone also looking for money. Every production also looking for money. Every producer also looking for money. So the whole cake, you have to slice and share it. But you have to show your competitive advantage. What is your competitive strength over the others? Okay, so far, any question? No? Let me proceed. These are the kinds of funding available in the market. All these are going to affect your timeline. It's not only for your quality, I mean your film quality. It's going to affect your timeline. If you can have a smooth funding, then of course it can be finished on time as what you plan. If your funder giving you the fund, something like you're on the bike, kejap ada, kejap tak ada, then that one is going to drag your timeline. And then the more longer you shoot, the more costly you're getting incurred. And then your cost, you can have a more quality cost. Okay? And then for your post-production or even for your distribution reach. Okay. So basically funding is not only for financial. I mean, we are still looking, we are looking at resources as well as sponsorship, product sponsorship, which can less down your burden during your production, like F&B, your props. Let's say you need a car or whatever. If let's say you're going to brand Volkswagen or BM, it's going to cost you. But if let's say you liaise with retail, I mean the seller or salesman or whatever, then you can have a better price or you can have a full sponsorship. It's going to less down your cost burden as well. Okay, so each type of it, they have their pros and cons. Funding, just now you mentioned about government funding. Okay, it's good because you don't need to repay back. You're getting free, but it's too long. Anyone know what's the procedure? I mean, getting a government grant. What's the duration? Anyone tried before for individual project? If I met this different, FINAS got an individual project, right? For writing. Have you tried before?
Tried but never got.
Why?
But
You went for pitch. I mean, they invite you for pitching as well. You go into the pitching.
no, we had to do submission, and we just weren't chosen because the pitching, they basically shortlisted the pitches. For Cinemat was one we,
Short film.
yeah, short film.
Okay.
I do know the process is sort of, let's say you do pitch and let's say you do get a bid. Usually they only give you, whether it be like a third or a certain percentage of the total amount, and they'll give you periodically as your production progresses. No?
Yeah, that one is when come to milestone, I mean, the bigger milestone. What I'm trying to say is about the whole procedure. Yes, government grant, you can get it free, but it's taking too long. Okay. When they open for pitch, you do a submission, you wait for 3 months. Okay. Once they're okay with your proposal, they will ask you, they will invite you to come for the pitch after 3 months your submission. So then after you pitch, you have to wait for another 3 months for approval. If they say they approve, then they will call you out, okay, congratulations, you are interested, blah, 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 blah. Then you wait for another 2-3 months for you to sign the agreement. From there, you can start. It's going to take you 6 to 7 months for you to know whether you are success or not. So it's taking too long. So when come to private investor, so-called angel investor or corporate investor. Angel investor is like, okay, I just need you to pay me back a minimum interest based on your amount. I mean the investment amount. Okay, corporate one is like crowdfunding, corporate investor. They will ask you about ROI. Either you minimum guarantee profit with them. I mean, each year, let's say, I need you to fund me for 3 millions. 3 millions, and the second year onwards, each year you have to pay me back 10% every year. Then you have to let them know how long you're going to pay them for the minimum guarantee profit. Okay, on top of it, share profit, sharing profit. Meaning every month you have to give them, every year you have to give them the minimum guarantee interest plus the profit sharing. Okay, crowdfunding also the same. Crowdfunding also the same. So crowdfunding is they getting like IPO, but hard. public listed. So basically, they just gather all the money from the public, but of course, public invests. There is a minimum guarantee interest to pay them out. So definitely, they want you to pay as well. When come to there is a profit sharing. I mean, if let's say your movie makes money, you have to share with them. Okay. So sponsorship wise, they are just concerned how you're going to expose my image brand. Okay, they can give you money, they can give you products in kind. They just want to know where you're going to place my product, how to expose. Meaning you have to do a marketing for them. So back to the script writing. Your script writer have to be very, very alert. Who are your investor? Who are your sponsor? Or if let's say assisting you don't have anyone yet in mind, your script writer must be smart in playing everything into the script, so that the producer take the proposal, propose. Like the first mini dramas of Malay, 100 episodes, each episode 1 minute plus, is fully funded by Grab. Because the main cast is a Grab driver. Although it's a typo, but still, the daytime being a Grab driver, nighttime he can say, hey. Yeah. You watched that before? No? You don't know any. How lah? This is your final year, right? Okay? So, basically, these are the categories fund you can go through. Okay? Finas have the amateur fund for the first time director. But always producer, no chance one. Everything goes to director, cinematography, best art director. I never heard that there is a best producer before. I mean, an award for best producer. Okay, Finas, MCAT, My Creative. Finas still, right now the pitching still on. So open for submission. So until 27. MDAC just over. I got it. So basically, yeah, we are boosting up the Unreal Engine usage. Okay, investor, venture capitalist. This one you understand, right? Any question on this? No? Do you think you have any problem with this?
I think a strong business plan is probably what.
Actually, I prefer not I'm the one keep talking, so I prefer in more informal way. Whatever you all don't know, you ask me. Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to know more details on all these steps, if possible.
Okay.
Because I feel like
What step?
like, for example, the cost breakdown, like what makes a business plan or budget plan strong? On like a realistic budget plan. How do we determine if a budget plan is strong?
Okay. I can show you one of my proposal. So basically, actually the proposal, you can't make too heavy load. critical detail. You cannot just trump up everything inside a proposal. Because investor, they will read on. No matter how details you, okay, this one, they will read on. They need a point form. But the point form is okay. Realistic budget, clear project vision. You should know what is your vision. Okay, let's say what story you like, what story genre you like. Psychological. Okay. You need to know what is your market demand. Do you have a market demand or not? You have to know your audience data. Do you have your audience? Do you have the buyer? Okay, do you know that what's the most critical thing in, the critical issue in Malaysia films? They do have a very good collection in cinema box office, but when you're going to release outside other than Malaysia, you can't get any box office. Makilau, Police and War, Sheriff. Do they do good in overseas?
The furthest that Makila has ever gone, I think, was Brunei in Singapore, but that was that.
Makilau plus police. Okay, so basically, Sheriff, Blood Brothers. Sheriff is the first Malay film to be released in Hong Kong cinema. Do you know that? No? Okay. Collection box office in Malaysia, 80 million. Correct? But in Hong Kong, it's 200,000 Hong Kong dollars. Right? Although it's quite hard for you to capture what's audience need, but still, you need to know your audience data. What is their preference genre? So, and then of course, this is what to prepare to ask for money. Just now this lady, what's her name again?
Oh, 100.
Huh?
My name is 100. 100.
100. Okay. So you need to know your project vision. Like whenever you write a script, start from pre-pro. You start with the script first, correct?
Yes.
You need to know where's your audience market. Other than audience market, where you want to sell it. You just focus in Malaysia, or you focus in Asian or international. Okay? So after that, how are you going to achieve it? Which is your competitive advantage, your highlights in your story. How are you going to compete with the rest? Same, horror, psychology. What is your different point with others? Okay, so then when it comes to realistic budget, I don't know whether you know how to calculate budget or not. I mean in details. So basically, still, your cost breakdown will be for pre-production, your production crew, your shooting, the expenses. I mean your F&B, your tag teams, cracks, miscellaneous, and then your locations, everything you have to put inside. Okay, and come to post. After post is your distribution. Okay. So basically, if let's say after this you have any problem, you can text me. I can share you my template with you so that you have a clear mindset on that. Okay? So after that, you start compiling your pitch. Then just now I said, investor, they are more focused towards what you can give them. You have to create a small business circle for them, where to get the revenue from. After box office, where I can go? Streaming. After streaming, where I can go? Okay, what what else I can make money? What way? Crown event, sponsor ticket, sell off table for premier gala. Okay, so and then every pitch deck actually is custom made for every source of the fund you're intended to. Okay, like government one, of course, you have to be more formal, more complete. For investor, you have to focus on what they get. Government gun because free one now. You just fulfill what is their requirements, that's it. But investor, you have to fulfill for their needs, which is money, the return value. Where was that? Sponsors, let them see what is your marketing plan to expose their brand image. Okay, crowdfunding, still talking the same thing, money, interest. Okay, so no, these are the ones should be compound in your deck. Okay, so most of the newbies is quite hard because you don't have the potential yet. But no matter what you have done before, short films, YouTube films or whatever, just put in. But you have to make sure your team members, it's not only you, it's about your team members' profile. What your team members have done, everything you have to just dump in. So when it comes to team member selection, you have to be very precise. Not saying that, oh, you are Gaffer, I put you in. You are art director, I put you in. No. The most important, the most, how to say, the most critical part when it comes to form up your HOD is depends the producer how you're going to choose your team member. Certificate dealer, rosak susu sebelanga. No matter your friends, your relative, no. Because each of the HOD helps you complete the whole thing. If one cannot perform, you burst your budget, you burst your timeline, you burst your, the trust from the investor towards you. The most important part is the trust from investor towards you. Once you appreciate, no second time. That's what a producer should bear for. Crew team, I don't care what. As long as I finish, you pay me, then I shower. Producer no. From pre-pro up to release, you are the one responsible. You are the lead. You are the slave. Seriously. Gaffer after finish, after wrap, pack my thing, go home. Producer no. You still have to entertain your clients. You still have to entertain your agency in order to ask them make payment fast. Sorry to say, for me, always my own sentence. Producer actually is look like a prostitute. Seriously, isn't you feel that? You have to go out and find the money. You have to allocate the money, distribute the money to every one of your team members. After that, you have to make sure they're giving back the receipts to you. You're closing the accounts. You submit back to your clients. You report back to your clients. And then you have to report to FINAS. You have to report to any single party around you. Then when it comes to release, you're worried about your box office. When it comes to selling to others' platform, they can sell or not. But most of the producers are psycho one, seriously. So stressed. So stressed. Yeah. Seriously, that's why I have no idea why, yeah. Still want to be producer now. Okay, so for this pitch deck, the most important thing is your distribution, your return value to your investor, your distribution, your costing, and the exit plan for your investor. Let's say I already make my money back. You pay back the capital to me already. Profit sharing, put another side. The most important first part is the priority is my capital repayment. Once I make back, once I get back my capital, next I will talk to you about profit sharing. But what if you can't pay back the project lose? How are you going to deal with that? That's why, if even you get fund, when you sign up a contract with the investor, read through every single clause. Because the contract is not being drafted by you, it's by the legal team. Normally, the clients will bring in their legal teams and draft by them. If they say there is a clause saying that you need to bear the whole amount, don't sign. No matter how good is your story, don't sign. Because there's no guarantee. Investment in movie is the most risky investment in the world. Okay? And don't over promising. A lot of new filmmakers, they're over promising. Okay, no worries, I can pay you that, it's confirmed, guaranteed, blah blah blah. No, you cannot. Because every single thing you say is stated into the clause in the contract. Okay? So, and then if you have your own company, don't simply offer your share equity to them. You can only offer a sharing profit of the project. It's not your company. They are just invest in the project. They are not invest in your company. Okay? So basically, just now I said, don't overloading with info in your deck, because they won't break one. Even though, let's say you the one, I pass you a tickable, don't go through, so just leave it. They won't read. Okay? Then, of course, you don't understand about your audience. That's what I said, nowadays, investors are smarter. They know more than you. You can go and ask first AI firm, they know how to answer you. Because they're always in the same circle. There's no stranger for investment. Investment in movie. Always back to back, the same batch, same group of people. Know also what shooting they have in Ipoh, in Benin, in Sarawak, you know. Okay? So, and then ROI, don't go too much. Don't overpromise. If let's say your investment is 1 million, in your ROI you stated 60 million. You want a bit over that. It depends on your story as well. And then it depends on your cost. If let's say you can get a good funding, then of course you can have a big cost. But sometimes big cost also cannot guarantee a box office. Cannot guarantee whether the streaming platform will buy off from you or not. Bagali Buran, tak boleh jual. It's about the ancient history of Japanese. I mean, the Japanese attack to Malaya. But still, Netflix reject because the pace too slow. So you have to understand what Netflix want. What is the requirements of Netflix? What is the requirements of Q? What is the requirements of Amazon? Before you enter into your own, you start your own project, you have to study every single of these. Then only you can plan. Okay? So, like just now you said, if your funding is not available, not enough, then yes, you can come to co-production. Co-production, but of course still depends on your budget and your storyline. If they think your storyline, your project is able to expand to wider market, yes, they will consider. But they are not going to be fully funded. Maybe your project needs for 2 million, you only have 500,000. They will just tell you, I will give you another 500. Balance, you have to find out by your own. You still have to. Okay? So for this one, got problem? No? Okay. Nurture your network. Your most important asset is your network. No matter how talented you are, how good you are. Yeah, I know I'm cruel, but this is the facts. So without network, you can't go anywhere. Your network is not only, oh, I know this crew, I know that crew, I know this one. No. Your network must be upper than your funding network. It's not every rich people can be your network. But how you getting into their network? You have to join event. You attend event. From event, you get to know more people. From people recommend, you get know the top one. You have to spend a lot of time. Not spending money, just spending time. But for girls, you know your limits. What you can do, what you cannot. Okay? Not every time they ask you to go out, you have to know. Depends on the occasion. Okay? So, and then refine your business skill. Okay, how to talk to people and how to convince your investor. And always keep updated to the current trend. The technology wise, okay, editing. What software you are using? DaVinci. DaVinci. Other than that?
Yeah, effects, blender, Opus.
So this is your final years.
Most of us.
Some are mixed, like first year, second year. Absolutely.
Oh, it's not all 5 years.
No.
Okay, so far any questions?
We actually have some questions we haven't for you, like lined up and give you an answer. You discussed raising money for all different stages of production, so pre, production, post. Which one of those four do you think goes most